Hey everyone, we're back with another episode of The Walking Dead, Season 11, Episode 17 by The Verdict's In. I'm your host, Nicole.
I'm Gary.
And welcome to be back. Happy to be back.
Oh, yeah. Definitely happy to be back.
It's been a few months, several months.
Several months since we podcasted on Walking Dead, but we've been podcasting.
Yeah, we've done some podcasting.
So
and then a couple episodes that we need to get out. Yeah.
Right.
All right, so hopefully you all had a great summer and are excited for these last few episodes of The Walking Dead. Of course, as we all know, there's so many spinoffs, so it's not the official end yet of The Walking Dead. There's Tales of The Walking Dead.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, thank you to Chantel that told us about it, because I don't even think I was aware of that series, but we have watched at least 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And they're like all different characters, different stories. And then I won't give any spoilers away for that, but decent show, I would say.
It is.
All right, so let's get into it. Back to our likes and our dislikes. Well, Gary, what did you think before we get into likes and dislikes? What did you think overall of the episode?
Overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode. Well, like you mentioned, I'm just happy to be back. Happy to be podcasting. And I know when I say I got something negative to say. And yes, it doesn't fail. It hasn't failed yet. I have something negative to say. It wasn't a welcome back episode. It wasn't a bang, this is a reason for you to keep watching type of episode. It was just...
Yeah. I remember when we started podcasting on Walking Dead, which I believe was season 6. And back then, I was so excited. Like, the trailers of The Walking Dead would get me so excited. Like, I would just watch them, and I was so excited. And honestly, I don't even know if I watched a trailer. No, I did watch a trailer for this season. I did, or for this second half. I did. But it looked good. But I'm like, Walking Dead, you fooled me. I've said it so many times on this show. They fooled me too many times. Like, their trailers, they do such a good job with their trailers. And the show doesn't always end up that way. I'm not here to bash it. We're about to talk about it. But it was just okay. But I'm ready for it. I'm fine with the ending.
I think it was a little better than okay. But it didn't have that... To make you want to watch another episode.
Yeah. And then I know now why they kept Negan on the show, because was like, oh, Negan's so funny. Negan. And, you know, he's a fan favorite. I would love to go back to like season 6 or whenever he came at the end of season 6, I believe, and like see what I was saying back then about him, of course. I'm pretty sure I had very negative things to say, but nice character. Enjoying him. So, all right, let's get into it. First, is Negan, actually. Negan with the walker mask at the beginning when he comes out there and he hits the stormtrooper, and he has his alpha mask on. And I was just like, look at him, like just taking action.
Yeah, and he's taking advantage of everything he's learned.
Yep.
So I wonder when he passed that skill along to his new group, did he tell him like, yeah, this is my idea. I've been out here long enough. I came up with this. Right.
He might all of a sudden make it his. You know how they do sometimes. They be
so when they tell the story in the history books, it was me first.
Negan, he used to wear he used to wear the walker mask.
Because Alpha's not around to take credit for it.
That's true.
Somebody has to take that credit. But
there are some still whispers around somewhere, so they might actually start a fight. Like, what? You taking credit for that? All right, Daryl helping Negan get away. It's just so different seeing all of them. Like, whenever our crew, like our original crew, interacts with Negan, it's like so awkward, but still cute. Like, I like it.
It's not really awkward. I guess it's certain people that interacts with them, because we've seen them with Daryl since then. We've seen them with everybody.
Yeah.
The only person that's kind of awkward with still is Maggie.
Oh yeah, well, it'll never be. I mean, I think Maggie's okay now. I don't think she'll try to kill him.
I don't think she will ever be okay.
Yeah, but she'll never really, like mess with him like that. Although, aren't they gonna have a spinoff? No, it's gonna be. Is it Maggie and Negan spinoff?
Yeah.
Okay, so I might watch that. We'll have to see. Here we go. Negan talking to, I believe it was Mercer. And Mercer's like, yo, we got, I don't know you, da-da-da. I protect this place. And Negan goes, and yet I was sent here anyway. Like, it's just one-liners.
Yeah.
I know why they're doing a Negan spinoff, because I think half my likes are going to be Negan related.
Yeah. But the first dislike, not dislike, I'm sorry. But the first like is, and you didn't mention this, is the beginning when it came on, the intro.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people talking about that. I'm not going to say it was a dislike for me. I liked it. It was fine. But I just felt like it was trying to be like an emotional grabber, which it did. It worked.
It worked.
I saw Rick's face.
Worked.
We saw Carl. Who else did we see? We saw Glenn. So there were some faces in that flashback. They were like, oh, they trying to hit us.
Yeah, it was some good callbacks.
Yeah.
The only one, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, I don't know why it was needed. Like, I don't know why it was needed.
I don't think it was needed. Well, shit, that was probably the best part of the episode.
yeah. But it just found a place.
I don't
was
think
like,
it was
okay.
needed, but I'm glad they gave it to us.
I would have preferred they did that at the very end or at the beginning of this season. Because this is technically the second half of season 11, I believe.
Right.
Or the third half. Remember, they broke this episode. This season started back in 2019. But, okay.
I mean, the only thing about it is Shane. They had him under a villain.
Oh, yeah, under the villains. And some of those villains I didn't want to see. That's what I didn't like about it. The governor, I'm like, I forgot all about him.
Yeah. But I think everyone they showed was a villain. I don't think Shane was a villain.
Yeah. Now that we know how it is, like, we were so naive back in the Shane era. Yeah. So we were like, what is he doing? Like, are you kidding me? You know, when he grabbed that guy's hair or whatever. Or no, the guy grabbed his hair when he had to, like, let him, you know. And now we wouldn't even think twice about that. We were like, smart. That was smart.
Right.
You made an exit plan. You had to do what you had to do. But back then, it was just like our young, naive eyes. We were like, I can't believe he just did that to that man.
Yeah.
But if he did it, it would have been both of them or just one of them.
Right.
So.
And then all Shane was doing was fighting for his girl.
And his baby.
His baby. You know, it's not his fault that his girl is Rick's ex-girl.
He was fighting for his family.
He was fighting for his family.
And technically, that man, I think he was the one that shot Carl. So that's why they were there in the first place, like with each other, trying to get, I mean, I'm not blaming, it was an accident, but still, he is the one that shot Carl. And that's why they were going to get medicine for Carl. There's supplies for him, so. All right. Next, like, I really, really liked because it kind of reminded me of real life. And that's when Negan said to Mercer, if no one else is playing by the rules, why are you? And I was like, damn, I felt that in real life, not just in The Walking Dead. Like, sometimes it's like, everybody else is doing all these scams and this and that and cheating the system, da-da-da. And then it's like, if you playing by the rules, I don't know, you're going to end up the guy that was on the floor versus the Shane. Shane didn't play by the rules. So, I don't know. What did you think of him saying that to Mercer?
It was an okay line.
I liked it.
It was an okay line. I mean, we've seen Mercer say it before in previous episodes. He always knew that he was the only one playing by the rule, or he was the only one expected
to play by the rules.
Right.
Yeah, because they still in costume or uniform or whatever with the trooper out. I'm like, what y'all doing? Like, and then when he even tells Rosita later on, he's like, I wish you would stay, but if you can't stay, I'm gonna help get you out. So that means you're living in a system that tries to keep people there. Why? Because if not, why would you have to help get her out? She should be able to just walk out. It's like the governor's place all over.
I think we mentioned that before in previous podcasts that we asked, can they leave this place? Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw how hard it was for them to get in, and that's why. Well, I'll get to that part later when they asked Negan to go.
Yeah.
I had, other things in my mind, like how. Like, we know how long the process is.
Right.
But like I said, I'll get there.
But that's maybe because he knew a name. He was able to say, like, sort of, he was able to have Mercer's name or something, and that's probably why they let him skip that process.
I understand why he skipped that process, got that far to Mercer. But further than that.
Okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, we asked these questions before. Can they just leave whenever they want to? Are they stuck there? And I think we already knew that they couldn't.
I don't know. It feels like sometimes they can because Carol was just wandering around last part of the season with Hornsby. But I guess technically she was with Hornsby.
Right.
But then a few of them went back. Well, I guess once again they were with Hornsby when they went and took them to like Oceanside and everywhere else the last half.
Well, I think if they leave, they're a threat.
Yeah, maybe. My thing is, you
No,
can't.
no, they are a threat
No, they are a threat.
if they leave.
But Mercer, I'm going back to Mercer because I know we're not on dislikes yet, but you can't be part of a corrupt system and then be the good guy and think, oh, well, I'm the good guy in this corrupt system. You're working for a corrupt system. You're part of the system.
People do it every day.
Yeah, they do. They don't think they're the bad one. But it's like if you're in, no one ever says that. Oh, that's a good Nazi. Like, no, you're a Nazi. If you're doing that, you're part of the group. You can't be like, well, I'm one of the good ones.
Right. But yeah, I mean, if we learn anything from Rick, and this is going back to letting somebody live, let them walk away. Mm-hmm. We know we can't let anybody. Although we know our group
is gonna mind their business.
Is gonna mind their business.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, if I was over the Commonwealth,
yeah,
if they leave, they're a threat.
Right. Especially since you do have such a good built out community. Remember when our group first got to Alexandria, they were talking about, yo, if we need to, we'll take this place. Now, I think Commonwealth is way too big for them to still think that way. But yeah, technically, if I was in the Commonwealth...
I don't think they could take the Commonwealth.
No, it's too big.
But they can't escape the Commonwealth.
Yeah, they can escape. But if I was the Commonwealth, if I was Milton, I don't know if I would find them a threat because we're so big. But I get what you're saying. They can always gather more people. And they know that they have other sites. They have... Alexandria, well, they don't have Alexandria anymore, but they have Hilltop and Oceanside and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, I don't think they have Oceanside anymore.
Yeah, that actually was Hornsby did take that.
Yeah, he took it. That was the last episode.
Yeah, last season or last half.
Last half.
Next, is the ice cream truck still being in operation during the protest.
I love that scene.
That was so funny. I
loved it because it shows people. Everybody's not part of the resistance.
Right.
Everybody's not going to protest. And it showed the people getting ice cream. They got it. They looked over at the people protesting like, oh my God, troublemakers.
Yeah. I think that kind of was a play on real life, even though sometimes I hate when they try to bring real life stuff in, like what's going on these last few years into the show. But I think it was sort of a play on that because if I recall when the protests were happening like in 2020, it probably happens all the time, but if I recall, I remember people that were like dining in restaurants like outside.
I mean, here in Atlanta.
Just everywhere. It was not like a specific city, but people dining on restaurants, like if you're in the city somewhere and then there's protesters, they were kind of getting like irritated, like with the noise and annoyed, like, ugh, these protesters are making all this noise while I'm trying to enjoy my lunch right here on the patio.
Right.
So that's kind of what I thought of it as.
But not only is it a play on real life, it is real life. Mm-hmm. Everybody's not going to be down with the fight,
right?
Especially in these times. Like I'd rather be in here where there's some corrupt stuff maybe happening.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be here than out there.
Yeah. I mean, even like the protester this is the next when he was like when they were like go home or whatever, and he was like, or what? You gonna disappear us too? I was like, disappear us. I've never heard that expression. How you did like kidnap me or I don't know. But it was funny when he was like disappear us too. I like that. That was funny. And yeah, it is a play on real life because as bad as things are, even if we're taking just our country, as bad as things are, a lot of people wouldn't want to leave this country for somewhere else. There are people but there are some places where you're like, no, I'd rather actually stay here than go to this place,
Yeah.
Negan telling Carol, like them having a moment and him telling her that, hey, I'm now married, I have a wife, and she's pregnant. I like this for two reasons. One was that it was kind of to me Negan showing Carol that, hey, I've grown. Like, look at me. I'm stable now. I have a wife. Just one wife, and I love her. But at the same time, to me, him telling her and she's pregnant, I think that was also a way for him to like kind of say, please don't kill me because I do have someone depending on me.
I don't think he ever worried about Carol killing him.
You don't think so?
No. I think he said that because he's worried. He's saying that, because right now he's in an unfamiliar place.
Right.
So Carol's really the person who's guiding him like, okay, we need to find these so we can do this, so we can do that. Mm-hmm. He don't know how safe this place is. So I think he was kind of telling her, like, I'm with you 100%, but just know that
I got
I
responsibilities.
got responsibilities. I got to make it out of here.
Right.
So let's not get killed in the process.
Yeah. And we know how Carol, she's a little reckless with her life. She be caroling.
Carol be caroling.
Although it goes back to, again, when we say, like, leave. I mean, I know they are possibly leaving, but the world is so big. Like, why are they still in this area?
Well, you have to think about it like this also. They've been out there for a long time. They've been all over the, basically the South.
Yeah.
A little up north, Virginia. Mm-hmm. That's where they are now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Virginia. So they've seen a lot of places. This right here is probably the best place to raise your kids. You don't want to raise your kids out there where they're always running, ducking, hiding.
Yeah, they want stability.
Stability. That's what it's about.
But it's not stability.
Like, I would have been left those kids.
It's not stability if you're like telling the kids to always run, duck, hide. So if that's the case, you might as well keep moving until you find some place where you're not having to always run, duck, and hide.
Well, I'm pretty sure they didn't know this was coming.
Right.
And like without this situation right here, I think this is the best situation for them.
I mean, it seemed like a good situation, but at this point, with all they've gone through, they've had a lot of good situations where something seemed good. So even you can't just hold on to it because it did, this could have been good, or this would be good if this, and that. It's not good. If the cons outweigh the pros, then just, you got to cut your losses.
But I think the pros do outweigh the cons in this situation.
Okay, well, yes, the pros do maybe outweigh the cons, but if there's enough cons, it's like
No, I'm not following you. I'm not with you on this.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna go back out there to what I know is dangerous, instead of staying here where, a person got shot last week, but that's a one-off.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some people missing. How many? 3, 5? Oh, I can deal with those odds.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be in this situation than out there trying to look for a new place, trying to look for food again. I mean, right now, they're not the same people.
That's true.
I don't think. I don't think that we see, let's say, who can end it? Jerry. I don't think. I mean, I'm pretty sure he could jump back into action, but why would he want to?
Right. Why would anyone want to?
Eugene and turned to an alcoholic.
Did we even see Eugene this week?
He's somewhere drunk.
No, he's not drunk anymore because him and old girl made up.
Eugene's drunk. Well, you can't tell me he stopped. He put down the bottle because they made up.
Don't even put Eugene. Eugene was going through heartbreak. Okay, he got catfish. So yeah.
I mean, she may not know, but he's sneaking off on the booze. You can't just quit that cold turkey.
And remind me to come back to his catfish because that was a dislike.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I got a few more dislikes, or excuse me, a few more likes. Next, this one gave me actual chills. Like my arms, the hairs on my arms. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And like, I almost teared up. And that was when Daryl was talking to Maggie. And he was like, Glenn would have wanted me to look after you. You don't ever have to say sorry to me. Like, I got chills right now again. It's so sweet. It's so sweet.
That's crazy because I told you that before. You don't have to apologize. Although you don't apologize to me.
Whatever.
But I want to make myself feel better by telling you didn't have to.
Let's get it on record. I never, ever have to apologize to you ever again. I thought that was really sweet because I think Maggie was saying like sorry or whatever. She was saying sorry about Leah. I'm going to put that on Daryl. But I thought it was really sweet when he said that.
Yeah.
And last that I have at least is Negan asking Sebastian if he knows who he is. When Sebastian, which was almost a dislike because the whole, do you know who I am? I hate, like, they had so many cliche tropes. Like, they give me confidence that I can write a TV show.
But I like that. I like that they kept him in character. That he's been an asshole this whole time.
Yeah, might as well. But damn, like, at what point do you become humble? People are looking for you. You're in hiding, literally. 2 people now come and bust in your room, and you're still an asshole?
I think you become humble after somebody humbles you.
Okay.
And I think Negan did a pretty good job of that. When he said, do you know who I am? He said, do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? people would be like, what Nika used to say? I hope you guys are shitting your pants or pissing your pants, you know? People used to be, you know, scared when they saw Negan. Scared when they heard the name Negan.
That's all they had to hear was the whistle.
Yep. All right, any likes on your end that we didn't catch before we go to dislikes?
No, I'm ready to get to the dislikes.
All right. I'm surprised didn't have as many as I thought I would, but it was still enough to where it was like, you know, just kind of annoying some parts. And the first one is what I just kind of brought up, which is the dialogue. The, you know, do you know who I am? This ends now. They said that so many effing times. This ends now. Okay, then just have it in now. Like Hornsby, what are you effing doing? I'm not even gonna, we'll get to that. But, or kill him. Like, just so many, the dialogue, I was like, they didn't even try to me.
Yeah, the dialogue was pretty bad.
Yeah. This is not over. I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
I just feel like the episode was rushed. Like the Mercer part. You have, you know, you see Mercer here. Then you see Mercer there. Then you see Mercer here. I mean, this is all in one day. And not only Mercer, with Negan also. Like, I could have swore where they were at, they were like super far from Commonwealth.
Oh, yeah. And
you see Negan.
Well, he did drive. He had a car. So probably their far was 20 miles. You know, because remember, they were still far away that they couldn't talk on the radio.
Yeah, they couldn't pick up a signal.
But that could have been just a 20-mile drive, you know.
No, but I mean, I'm pretty sure the type of walkie-talkie and the equipment they have, they can at least get 100 miles, or at least they get pretty far with that. Okay. I don't know about 100, but at least 50. I'm pretty sure they can get 100 with the equipment they had.
Yeah, but 100 miles, what is that, 2 hours maybe?
It could be. But it just seemed like 1 minute, you know, Negan's in the car. The next minute he's sitting there asking for Mercer.
Yeah.
So it just seemed to rush. Although it took place in one day, they probably should have split this one day up.
Yeah.
Because a lot happened. Then you have B14, which is another dislike for me. Yeah,
it was like, what are you talking about?
I think B14 was the walkers, to let the walkers through. Mm-hmm. So you telling me you'd rather kill everybody,
right?
than answer a couple of questions,
right? All she had to do was, she should have known. All she had to do was de-escalate it. She could have came outside, like, okay, I will answer all your guys' questions. Can we just chill and take a moment, and then like answer the questions? I don't know where my son is. Hey, but I'm going to find him, and we're going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, or just let him protest.
Yeah, or just let him protest. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
That is probably the sentiment that people think. Just
I'm saying it's not like they were trying to harm her in any way. Right. She was able to walk out.
Yeah, no one came and bum rushed her and tore her apart or anything like that. So, right.
But another dislike was, you see the people out there protesting. They're angry. They want their son head. How are they able to walk into your Capitol building? Well, like, why do you have guards just guarding the steps leading up to your office? Why didn't you shut down or lock the doors?
Yeah.
But I guess, like I said, she felt like she wasn't in immediate danger, so she kept the building open.
Right.
But that should have been the first thing closed off.
It was not enough to make my dislikes list, but since we're talking about the protesters, I didn't really care for the whole protesting, because it was like, this is the apocalypse. Like,
it's the apocalypse to some people.
Yeah.
But like we discussed before, we don't know how long those people been in there.
Yeah.
Like,
this is civilization.
Like that's town probably never fell.
Yeah.
So if the town never fell, and we know, we have that mindset, democracy in mind, and we know this is how we get our point across. This is what we're going to do.
What I also didn't like about the protesters is, like, one news article came out kind of implying that Sebastian had something to do with these missing people. And they just go with it. Like, no one wants to know, okay, who wrote this article? If you're not going to get the answer from, Milton, then at least ask who wrote the article.
I think it was easy to go with because there was really missing people.
Yeah, okay, so you're saying there's missing people. You're saying it's this person, someone that's very high up, and we're just going to now go home, make signs, and protest, versus saying, like, okay, she's not coming out of her office. Who wrote this effing article?
Well, That's the mentality. That's always been the American mentality. That's everybody's mentality in America.
Yeah.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, because all I'm thinking is, why aren't you guys asking who wrote this article?
I mean, we see it all the time. We see it on the internet when a story break come out. Nobody asks questions. We just
react,
go straight in, and then we find out. But this happened before that.
Oh yeah.
Or it didn't happen like this.
It didn't happen like that.
We only got a small piece of what happened.
Right.
I mean, we're just a reactive country. Well,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure most countries are, but
Yeah.
I mean, people are reactive,
Right.
instead of proactive. Or we don't have time to get the whole story.
Yeah.
We know you said that one thing I didn't like.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Right.
All right, next dislike is Hornsby having 9 lives. Like, Daryl shot him, so now he's walking around with a bullet wound, and he's still just, and then he's like doing all this action and fighting like in his freaking suit and tie and his loafers. I just hate Hornsby, and I hate that this is what they're like. This is their last villain that they give us. Like, he's not a villain. He's a cornball, and it's like, how is he even? Maybe they're trying to do a reflection of real life or something, but it's like, how is he a threat? Like, just kill him already. I don't even know how he's still here.
What I'm going to say may sound a little mean, and this has nothing to do with the actor, but everything to do with the character that the actor is playing. Like the actor, he's incredible. He's a great person.
Yeah.
Great actor.
No diss to the actor.
But this is not his part.
He's not scary. I look at him, and every time he talks, I'm like, why hasn't anyone killed him? Why has his own people not killed him? How are they taking orders from this man?
Right. They needed someone else, a believable character.
Yeah, in a more leadership role. Like, something, he's just not giving me leader, or this is the person I'm going to follow. This is the person I'm going to listen to.
Right.
Even his stormtroopers, the millions of them that there were, I just kept thinking, how are y'all just walking around just following him willy-nilly? Which brings us to the next dislike, which is, how many stormtroopers were out there, Gary?
Yeah, I hate the video game reappearing type things.
They were NPCs.
Right. Yeah, I hate when you kill 100, then you look up and there's 100 more.
It's like the action movies, the karate movies, where you have to fight all the karate people.
Yeah.
And then after you kick him butt, you're like, ugh. And then you turn around, there's more karate people.
And my problem with this is, and I don't know if people remember, a lot of them already got killed.
Yep.
On the last episode. With Daryl's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Daryl's girlfriend took a lot of them out.
Yep.
So a lot of them already lost their life. So how many more are you going to keep sending out here? I don't know whether they just think the audience is dumb. Like, okay, yeah, there's 100 more behind me. Oh, there's half the group over here. No, half your group is dead already.
Yeah.
And then Daryl killed the other half when the episode started.
Yep. I think, I know what's done is done. It's too late. But I think if they had ended on with Negan being that last villain, like, he was such a good villain. Because any villains that came after the Negan reign, the lady, Michonne's old friend that was just trying to kill her and Daryl for no damn reason. It was just weird. Her and her kids, remember?
Yeah.
And then we got Alpha, who was the most annoying villain ever.
I loved Alpha.
No.
I think Alpha was a better villain than this guy is, the Hornsby.
Well, yeah, she's a better villain because at least she had like strong. She was kind of I'm not gonna say strong, but she had when those people were following her, I believe that they were scared. Because she also had Beta. Beta was hella scary.
Right.
So it was believable.
Yeah. So
but Hornsby is not believable.
I don't have no problem with that Alpha villain because, like you said, she was scary.
Yeah. All right, this one you really didn't like, and well, not really, but you didn't like it, which was when the stormtrooper got ripped apart by the walkers when Rosita and Mercer were out there like trying to stop the walkers from coming further.
Yeah, I think we need a rule book again. I know the season or the show is ending, but we still need a rule book because we've seen people get caught up in walkers in the middle of the walker thing and fight their way out of it, escape without a bite. You telling me walkers have that tight of a grip where they can just rip this guy apart?
And I'm mad more of how did he let them get that close to him, one. And then two, Mercer almost got them all killed by trying, like, dude is dead. So why are you still holding on? You see the walkers got him. Once he got that first scratch, he's dead. Like, you just almost now jeopardize the rest of us in this car, Mercer, and you should know better. You're a military man.
Right. Well, we already know that the stormtroopers are not equipped for the outside. They're not equipped at all. Like at the beginning when he said, let's clear this area, then they start shooting the guns. Like, oh, don't you know you're going to draw in more walkers?
Right.
Like, I mean, this don't really make any sense.
And also I would say, and maybe this, I don't know, maybe you probably disagree with me, but they're too big of a community for everyone not to have fighting skills. Like we saw people learning to fight in Alexandria all the time. I love those scenes, thinking back to when they were practicing fighting. So all these people in the town, they're like, go homes, the walkers are hurt is coming. No, go grab your weapons. We need to defend our town. Everyone should have been out there. Maybe not the kids, but more people out there.
That's what I was talking about earlier, that we don't know if this community ever fell. So they weren't fighting before. I mean, this is still a town. This is it's a big city compared to like
Alexandria. And wherever the governor's place was, Hillberry, Wilberry, whatever, Woodbury, something like that, something. Berry.
This is a bigger town. This town has not only police stormtroopers, they have the military stormtroopers.
Yeah.
So they have two sets. One that protect this side, the people that protect the outside. I'm sure they never thought about getting fighting skills. But I also know they probably had a dojo in there. They had everything else.
Yeah, they did. They should.
So the people that want to take karate, they'll take karate.
There definitely should be like even basic, like, hey, you never know what might happen. I'm not saying you got to be a big fighter. You don't have to be like Rick or Daryl or anybody like that. You don't have to have these skills, but you need to be able to handle yourself and not just scream.
Well, that's the problem with leadership. I think leadership want them to be dependent on them. Because as long as people are dependent on you,
then they'll need you and they'll stay in line.
Yeah, they're going to stay in line.
Right.
That's it. Because you saw when they said, oh, the walker's coming, y'all need to go inside.
Yeah, that's when the first group.
Yeah, first group looked all scared. And they said, oh, yeah, protest over.
Yeah. Then when they heard the walkers, you start seeing people get scared too.
I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't think about this before. When they told people it was lockdown, walkers was coming, everybody scattered. Then later on in the episode, you see them again, but now they lined up around pictures, having a visual. Like, did the people just come up missing? How long had these people been missing?
How long y'all been missing? They've been missing forever, and now you found out that they got missing on purpose, and now you're sad.
Yeah, so now you're having a visual? Yeah. Like, it just didn't make any sense.
Oh, girl, a lady asking, what happened to my daughter? Like, it's like, lady, what did you think happened to your daughter? Have you not investigated that yet already?
So why are they having a visual now? And I'm pretty sure her daughter was one of the people inside the mansion.
Yeah.
Those were the missing people they're talking about. Maybe. There's probably more, but I think those are the missing people. We saw the girl at the end who died trying to get back, which that was her fault. Because remember, she just ran out of the house right through the crowd.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why are they having a visual now, and why, after they decided to break it up, go to the house, what made them decide to come out, light a couple of candles?
Like an hour went by, and they're like, yo, those walkers aren't here. Let's go on back out. Let's take our candle. And then not only that, it's the apocalypse still. So even though you guys got it pretty good, you're wasting resources. Like when I saw their posters when they were protesters, I was like, y'all had paper and shit, like and markers. Y'all, the kids need to play with that. Like, let the kids draw on the paper. Don't be wasting it for this one-time protest. And the same thing with these candles. I know your guys' electricity goes out every now and again. Don't be wasting these candles. Like, be smart. Anywho, last dislike I had, and it should have just went with the cliches and the dialogue, but it was more of an action, and that's the hug and then slap cliche. When Milton hugs her son, Sebastian, and then afterwards the slap. Like they do that on so many shows. The hug and you're not gonna hug me and then slap me. I don't care who you are. You're just not like, no, don't hug me and then slap me. What is this? So I just didn't like that.
It just gave me boyhood vibe. I started having flashbacks to when Doughboy's mom hugged him after Ricky died.
Yeah,
and then they started slapping him, fighting him.
Yeah, was that Morris Chestnut?
No, that was Ice
That's Morris.
Cube.
No, Morris Chestnut's the one that died.
Yeah,
okay.
Ricky. Yeah, that's Ricky.
Yeah.
You said Morris Chestnut. See, I didn't see. That's a good actor.
Yeah,
I didn't put two together.
Yeah, because so young.
Morris Chestnut for it, but yeah, Morris Chestnut's character, Ricky.
All right. Any other dislikes? I have maybe one tiny one.
I mean, you named one of my dislikes, I mean, not all of it. When you said the walker ripped them apart. But how did the Jeep turn over in the first place?
Yeah.
I'm tired of this staged accidents. Like the Jeep turned over. Like what were they doing to turn over the Jeep before the walkers got there?
Before the walkers even got there. And then not only that, weren't they like trying to flip it back over? No, there were like two of you. You're not going to be able to flip this Jeep back over, just the two of you.
Yeah, Jeep is not flipping over that easily. And not only that, you know, Jeeps usually have like the rolling bars. So once they fall over, it's easier for it to roll back on, not the side, but roll back on his wheels.
Oh, okay.
Those were those bars are on top of the Jeep for. They go over it.
Oh, okay.
They call it rolling bars. Like they supposed to have like army grade Jeeps.
Yeah. Yeah. I did when Negan got in the car originally. I was like, how y'all still got gas? But at the same time, I saw a TikTok and this guy's like making gas out of plastic. So they might have gotten creative and made their own gas, is what I'm thinking, since they do have vehicles.
Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of gas stations still had gas.
Yeah, but they said gas like expires or something.
Oh, they say everything expires.
Yeah.
That don't stop us. If it's not meat.
Right. Well, the small dislike I'll say is at the end when Daryl's holding the knife to Hornsby's throat, and then Hornsby just kind of has this little smirk on his face. I hate that. Like,
well,
why do you have a smirk on?
That.
Yeah,
Hornsby. This is character in general.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the character. They didn't match the character and actor well. Not saying that actor is not a good actor.
Yeah.
This is not his role.
Yeah, definitely not. They're making him too villainy. Like, he went too far.
Too comic booky.
Yeah.
That's what they're making him. Or he could have read the comic book. He said he wanted to get really into character. Right. He said, let me see what he do in a comic book. Yeah. He said, yeah, he had this goofy smile on his face all the time. Right. Let me do that. Right.
You
know, make it look evil. Like, it's hard to really do a Joker smile, because Joker, it looks like he's smiling, but it's also a scary at the same time. Like, you know, you got to have skills to do that.
Yep. No, you do. You do. All right. So let's get into it. I ain't fair and shit and most likely to die. Gary, who do you got for I ain't fair and shit this week?
Come on, there's Negan. I mean, I'm going to give it to Negan. Negan was willing, especially what he's going through, have a pregnant wife that's out there still with like Hornsby and his people.
Right.
You know, he walked into unfamiliar territory. You know what's so funny though? And this should have been on the likes list. I forgot all about it. When Negan walked into Commonwealth. Remember when they walked him out there and he started looking around like, wow.
Oh yeah, like wow, I should have had something like this.
Like, why did I think of this?
Right. The savior compound.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Negan because I mean he was the only person there that wasn't familiar with the area.
Yeah, didn't know what he was going into. Right.
I mean, he already knew he was in danger out there, but coming into a place where the person you're running from actually lives, he's actually over. You're
going on their territory. They know all the spots. They know everything. So,
yep.
Yeah, I really didn't have anyone in mind. Maybe Daryl as a possibility, but I'm going to actually agree with you on Negan. Negan definitely was not fair and shit, so I agree. All right, most likely to die. I will start it off.
Go ahead, start it off.
I don't think... Oh, shit. No, it's too late. Well, I just really quickly want to say a dislike. Sorry, I know we already did, but I just thought of it when I was about to go most likely to die because I was going to say one of those kids. But then I thought about it. The people chasing those kids, like why? Like they said they heard Daryl's name on the intercom. So they go to Daryl's house. Okay, they don't find Daryl, but then they find the picture of the kids. You told me
to remind you to go back to her.
I know.
I forgot about it.
Okay, that's what I just remember right now, too. So we're going to have to just put this in. It's happening. But, like, you see the picture of those kids on the refrigerator, and now you're searching for those kids for why? Like, you're hunting a kid? Like, what's the point? You don't even know what they were calling about Daryl, because when Daryl left with them, all was good. So what if they were saying Daryl has died, Daryl has fallen, Daryl has got captured?
But did you notice who came looking for him?
Yeah, the catfish. The catfish. Come on.
Like, you're supposed to be gone. You're still in hiding.
Right. And now here you are following some kids. And then Jerry's
out in public.
Out in public. And I mean, I'm all for Jerry and everything. I have no problem with Jerry. But if I was him, I would have like got those kids away and then confronted them. Like you're in the middle of a crowd.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? And then actually just one more, just like real quickly, is how do we not have in case of emergency, this is where we meet, like, place yet? Like, all the places we've been together, why didn't we? Everyone is here. Well, we got to talk to the rest of the group. We got to talk to the rest of the group.
They do have a plan.
Well, where is it?
Where they going to? Where the kids are going to.
Okay.
So they're going to the right place.
Okay. I thought they were just running on the run. So they're actually on their way somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, because all of a sudden, like, we see Kelly and them here, and here these people here. I'm like, y'all all seem separated. Like, y'all should have been as soon as the protest started. If anything weird happens, always meet here. So that's all.
What does she call the reporter? The prestigious reporter, or what she call her?
Oh, the prominent reporter.
The prominent reporter.
What the hell? Connie's first article.
No, but you know what? When she said, "Do you think this came from your reporter friend?"
Yeah.
I was about to say, who the fuck else is reporting this out?
Right. How many reporters are here?
We only got two. We got two in this town right now.
Yeah. That's what Minko was like, nah, she wouldn't do this. And then Minko acting like she can't leave because your brother doesn't even want to be there. Your brother was living a good life till you got there, girl. Of course he wants to leave. Like, you sitting here with a 3-piece suit looking like a fool. Like, that's all I thought about when I see her and Pamela Milton. I'm like, what the hell y'all dressed up for? Like, people wear whatever they want to work nowadays. I'm definitely wearing whatever I want to work in the apocalypse.
Now. Let's go.
So, I know. I said one more dislike, but just one led into the other, led into another.
Now we get to the real feelings.
Yeah. I think that's it. That's all I got. But I was first saying most likely die. I was going to make a sick joke that they could kill Negan's wife. Because then Negan would go full Negan. Like, Negan will turn into the dark Negan.
That's a good one.
But The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones definitely would have did it. The Walking Dead, I don't think they have the guts, or they might not even be allowed to do something that dark on TV.
They killed a kid before.
No, but kill a pregnant woman. You can kill a kid, but you can't kill a pregnant woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just like the world today. They like, we not letting you get that abortion. But once that kid come out, we don't give a fuck what happened to it. I'm not trying to bring politics into it. But that's what I thought of. Because I was like, yo, that would be really amazing if they killed, not amazing, but like that'd be kind of cool. Because then Negan would go like full badass.
And then it would make sense why Negan and Maggie would be together.
Right. Yeah.
Because right now they're separated and it's not really making sense.
Yeah. Because after all this ends, what do they have to do together?
And do we know, are they going to be like together on the show? Which mean, are they going to be in the same place at the same time? Or is it just going to be both storylines?
Oh.
Like,
it seems like they would have to be together.
Like Negan has his story, Maggie has her story, and they're making their way toward each other.
Right. Although I think out of respect for Glenn, I mean, I'm going to have to see what happens as to why they're together. Because now little baby Glenn has to walk around her show, has to just walk around his daddy's killer. Like,
yeah. If they kill Negan's wife or baby mama, you never know, man.
Oh, what if Negan has to save his wife or Maggie? Or something like that. And then he ends up choosing to save Maggie. And Maggie sees that, like, well, he saved me over his wife. And I don't know. I
doubt that would ever happen.
Okay. Because then that would show, like, wow, now they're bonded.
But if we see, Negan's wife die. Well, he's married. I'm calling her his baby mom and all that. That's his wife.
It's his wife, right. That's his wife.
But, I mean, if something happened to her, you never know. That might be Herschel's stepdaddy.
Yeah, but Negan's wife.
Disrespectful.
Negan's wife is with Maggie. So what if she saves her? She puts herself, sacrifices herself for Maggie.
Yeah, because
that would make sense then.
It didn't say that no one else was going to be in it with
That's
them.
true. So the wife can make it. I would like for the wife to make it.
We might see Jerry and the king with him.
Yeah. If the king survived. Oh yeah, the king already had his
the surgery. Yeah.
Surgery. What was the whole point of that then? If he was just able to get surgery and then just.
I mean, they wanted to show you the technology they had there.
Okay.
Come on now.
All right. Well, let me give my for real most likely to die. We know it's not going to be Daryl or Carol. Oh, no, Carol, she left the Daryl show over the break.
It could be Carol.
It could be. She's tired. She's like, I ain't doing this no more. I'm too tired. I got the money. I could chill.
Because you got to think about it. Playing her character has to be weighing on her.
Yeah,
because,
emotionally draining.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Carol's like 5 different people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I was like, which Carol? Well, actually, when it came on and it showed Carol with those kids, I said, they left Carol alone with those kids? Like, that's honestly what I was thinking in my head. I said, what were they thinking? I said, Nicole, that's not Carol this week. This is, baking Carol, cooking Carol.
Yeah.
She's safe now. But that was my immediate thought. Like, hold on, they left her alone with kids?
Yeah.
Which is sad.
So, yeah, she's playing a lot of characters by playing Carol.
All right, but most likely to die, I'm going to say it's maybe Miko's brother.
They said it was going to be a big death, so I'm going with Carol.
Okay. That's a good, seems like they want to keep Carol a little longer. She's an original.
Yeah, how many episodes do we have left?
I think like 5 or 6, somewhere around there. I'll have to look it up, but.
So if they don't kill her now, it's coming.
Yeah. Or they might not kill her because I think they probably already finished filming before the decision was made that she wasn't going to join the show with Daryl. So it's possible that she makes it because of that.
No, they could come back in there and let's kill you off right quick.
Yeah.
Now we have to have a reason for you messing us up like this. We already made that announcement.
Let's not.
We already say y'all going to be together, so now.
The actress, like, I know a lot of people, there was like some back and forth, people supporting the actress and other people saying whatever, because for whatever reasons. I mean, in the end, if she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't want to do it. Like, that's it. There's no, she don't have to tell us why. She don't got to say nothing.
At the end of the day, it's a job.
Yeah, so.
She could walk off.
Right. She could have walked off the mid-episode if she wanted to. That's her right. So, anywho. Okay, so you already gave your most likely die, so I guess we're all done. Thank you so much for listening, you guys. We appreciate it. We hope to do instant cast every now and again. If it's a really, really good episode, we'll do an instant cast. If not, then we will just do our episodes, probably tape Monday and come out Tuesday. So if you do want to send feedback in, send it in right away if you can, because we'll probably tape on Mondays so then we can release it on Tuesday. So dead@theverdictsend.com. That's dead@theverdictsend.com. And then just one little quick plug. I have started my own YouTube channel just on like home decor, book reviews, different things that I'm just kind of doing. And it's a very small YouTube channel, but I'll put that in the show notes. So if you guys want to just watch or support me there, I would greatly appreciate it. Until then, I'm Nicole.
I'm Gary.
Bye.